Hi, John. Good morning. Do you hear me, John?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so were you able to upload the last lecture video?
Yes, the last day.
Okay.
Let me check.
hello-
The only
oh,
thing that I didn't loaded is our lab session last last Thursday. Yes,
Yeah.
that that lab session was only for the completion of the activities.
Okay, okay. I see. Um, yeah, I see it now. I should download it. So, yeah, I intend to cover until KPI this session. Hopefully, um, I'll be able to. Where was it? Download. Okay, there we go. It's already downloading. Yep. So maybe during the lab session, you can assign them the cookie company data for the power pivot. So I think that's what they need to do. But I've prepared this different data set because I want to highlight several things with Power Query and Power Pivot, particularly the how to create the relationships, because I think well, while the cookie company data is good because it's quite large, it has this number of rows, good number of rows. It doesn't highlight the capability of Power Pivot to use the relationship between columns between the variables in an Excel worksheet. So in order for me to highlight that, I've looked for this different data set that I'll be posting later in my GitHub so that you can also have access to it. Yeah, I wonder where are they? It's already 12. And there we go. We have Nia. Hi, Nia. Welcome to the meeting. Nia?
Hi, good morning. Sorry, my mic wasn't working.
Okay, okay. Good morning. How are you?
Good.
Okay. So how was the last session? Was everything clear? Were you able to answer all of the practices and assignments during lab?
Yeah, I think I was able to. I at least tried my best. I'm not sure if I was correct, but I did try my best.
Okay, okay. Yeah, you can check the answers with John once everyone was already finished.
Okay.
So you can go through the answers and maybe if you have errors, you can discuss it with John
Hmm.
in yeah, identifying what went wrong. I think that's important.
Yeah. Okay.
John, can you do it during the lab
Yes,
so
sir.
that
That's my plan
yeah.
for today's after the
Okay,
lecture
okay.
session.
Yeah. Hmm. That's good. I think it's important for them to uh, um like know their performances and also know how to correct if there exist any errors in their work. I think that's important. Mm, yeah. So Nia, let's just wait for the others. Maybe we can wait for couple of students, maybe two or three, and then we can start. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Hi, Grace. Welcome to the meeting.
Hello,
How are you, Grace?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing great. I feel that you just woke up and um yeah, it's Saturday morning and it's quite difficult, right? Trying to yeah, rest, recover from the stress from work.
Yeah,
So
and schedule change will be like, okay, this is what it's gonna be like on Saturdays.
yeah, well, I'll make sure that it's worth it. But again, you don't need to open your camera if you feel that you still need to have a couple of minutes of rest. Um, are you doing a typical schedule of 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., 9 to 5, and then after that class,
Yeah, that's
Grace?
my on Mondays I'm doing 9 to 5, and then the other
Mm,
days I'm able to do 7 to 3:30 and then do class at
okay.
home.
Yeah, it's nice that you have this sort of mm, varying schedule. Although 7:30 is quite early.
It's quite early. It's waking up
Yeah,
at 5:30 just to be there at 7. So
yeah,
and
it's
then
tough.
with class,
Yeah,
yeah, with class 5 to 8, that's a full day. I can't even cook dinner anymore, so I have to prepare everything on the weekend.
yeah, yeah. That would be extra tough, especially if you have kids. Um, yeah, I
No
think.
kids. So
No. Oh, okay. Yeah.
so data and data employees is pretty growing in the Philippines, or
Mhm. Yeah, in the Philippines, there are so many multinational companies here, and they targeted really Philippines because of um they save a lot when it comes to labor here. It's like maybe half or maybe a third of what they would be spending if they operate in the US or in some developed countries. So yeah, to answer your question, yes. And well, during my
I
time, sorry, please go ahead,
oh, no,
Grace.
no, I was just gonna say I actually I grew up in Cebu for a little bit when I was little.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
that's
but
nice.
no, here
That's
in
nice to know.
Arizona,
Can you speak a bit of Cebuano
Bisaya.
or
No, um,
I see.
I came back here. I was 8, which is like when
Mm,
language ferments in the brain is that age. But my mom,
yeah.
she didn't keep it up. So,
I see. Don't you miss the Philippines? The
oh, I
food,
do
the
so
weather,
much.
the beaches, the sand, especially Cebu.
Everything.
I think, yeah, it's one of the top destinations here in the Philippines. I never went. I've never been there yet, Cebu. I'm confined here in the areas of Metro Manila. Yeah, it's nice to know that you've stayed here. Okay. Hi,
Oh,
Anissa. Welcome to the meeting. Okay, I think we can start. We
Hi
already
there.
have
Good
few
afternoon.
students up. How are you? How's
Doing
your
well.
weekend?
It's going. It's early for you guys, huh?
Yeah, it's early. It's 12 a.m. here in the Philippines.
Oh, is that
It's
early or late?
12 a.m.
It's 12 in the afternoon here.
Oh, yeah, 12-hour difference. So, yeah, I hope you already had your lunch. But for the others, for those living or has this specific standard time, hopefully you had your coffee. But yep. Um, for today's session, I want to finish discussing Power Query, Power Pivot, measures, and um, KPIs. So those are four topics, and hopefully we can finish all of them, so that on Monday we only have what if analysis, and I can give you a final exam on Wednesday. So that should be the schedule. So on during the lab today, John would be covering the answers. We'll be discussing this last lab that you answered. So you would know if you've performed well and understand, okay, if you have incorrect answers, what went wrong. I think that's very important that you know uh, this these things that you failed to answer correctly. So that's it for the lab. Okay. So let's start. I think you should do it together with me. So I highly recommend to open your Microsoft Excel because we need to install this new thing called Power Pivot. Can you see my screen, everyone?
Yes.
So notice that with my Excel, you would see this different tabs. I have the Automate tab, which is for uh, well, automation, and I have this Developer tab. So there are items here that um it can be specially found here, like certain objects that would help you um summarize and even present your data. I think you can also do here automation and many kinds of things. And lastly, you would see here Power Pivot. So in particular, I want you to add this. And how do you do that? You go to File, okay? And once you're in there, go to Options. And once in your um Excel options pop-up window, scroll down or find this add-ins button. There, click on that, and you should find this Power Pivot, Microsoft Power Pivot for Excel. So choose that and then click OK. Okay, once you do that, this would appear. So this is something that we'll be using after we have discussed Power Query. Okay, do you follow, guys? Again, let me do the process. Go to File and then go to Options, which is the lowermost um, button, and then go to Add-ins, and you should find it in there. Okay, please let me know if you've done it.
I'm pushing okay, but it's not adding.
It's not adding.
Mm,
Maybe you need to close and open it again.
Restart.
Maybe it
Yeah.
should appear. Yeah. Yeah, if it doesn't show, then maybe closing it and open it again would do the thing. So while you're doing that, let me explain the idea behind Power Pivot and Power Query. So this thing would allow us to work on more number of rows. So if the usual Excel would only allow you to work on like over a little over a million rows, Power Pivot, Power Query would allow you to go over than that. So couple of millions of rows. So that's one thing. If I can remember it correctly, with Microsoft Excel, you can only do 1,000,005 1,005,700 something rows. So that's the only like size that you can do with the usual Microsoft Excel sheet. So typically for medium and even small organizations, they have more than that when it comes um to their data records. So there should be a way for us to use Excel for data sets larger than that. And aside from that, usually you would be working with multiple Excel sheets. Like for example, one record would be strictly for maybe related to sales, and the other would be related to like employee performance. And it could be that you're operating multiple stores, right? And you'd be needing to somehow bring it all together to analyze as just one data set. So in those instances, this Power Query and Power Pivot would really be very useful for you. And I'll be showing you how to do that. Okay, I'll be showing you like how to create these relationships with your data set. Okay, and create multiple pivot tables. So with the usual Microsoft Excel, you can only do one. You can do only one um, pivot table per data set. But with Power Pivot, you can create multiple pivot tables, which is very useful again when you're working with not only one worksheet. Okay, guys, were you able to um, make it work?
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
I
Grace, Nia.
I am still not showing it on my menu bar.
Okay.
I had to enable data add-ins. There was, I'm not sure
Oh,
how I got to it, but I had to just
yeah.
enable some add-ins
Okay.
first before I was
So
able to add it on.
so the data analysis could be this analysis tool pack, either of this,
That's
but
what it was, the two pack.
yeah. It would
The-
give you this option for data analysis. I don't remember that it is a requirement, but if it worked after that, then we should definitely try. Well, I have this thing since the time I used Excel. Well, obviously, I've been using this to do different types of statistical analysis. Yeah, unfortunately, the time that we have for this boot camp would not allow us to cover all of these things. But yeah, maybe I'll just create this recorded videos about how to do this different analysis that you can find in this tool pack. I think that's how we can proceed with it. But anyway, it's not part of the
Now I
curriculum.
got rid of my ribbon. I don't even know how to find it.
Um, Probably you can click on this. There would be like always show. If you remove that, um, I think it would look like this. And then oh,
I have to pull you up.
okay.
Yeah,
How
mine
do
looks
I
like that.
yeah,
Oh, okay, just
right.
restore. I don't even know what I'm doing.
Yeah, I've done this before. Yeah, let me see if I am seeing the entire thing. Should be right
It just
here.
opens a new book. What the hell?
Yeah. Mine looks like that. Right. Should be
View.
wait. Yeah. Once you click on home, the thing would show again. Alright. And then Grace, click on the home tab, and once it shows,
Okay, yeah, I can unclick
you
the
can
collapse
you can
button.
unclick that and choose always show ribbon.
Okay, so if I go
Okay.
to options, I have all my add-ins selected
Hmm.
about enable. So I don't know where
Interesting.
else to hit enable.
Can you share your screen, Grace, so that I can
Yeah.
have a full visual of your Microsoft Excel? Maybe I can identify uh, the fix.
So this one, right?
Yeah. Have you added that
Mhm.
already? Okay, let's try it again. Maybe there's a certain sequence in which it should be added. Now I want you to close your Microsoft Excel and open it again, and let's see if it would show. It should show now. Okay. Can you go to data, like the data tab? Yeah. Why is it showing here? Let me see. Let me think. Definitely you can do Power Query now here with get data, but the Power Pivot should be on 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 the um the same location of, I think.
There was
Can you?
something on the home about this, but then it's just like seems like a shortcut to add more add-ins.
Yeah, actually, I don't have that. What version do you have?
This is 2019 Microsoft Office.
2019. Yeah, I have the same, but it looks quite different. Yours has this yellow circle, and mine has, maybe it's just about the theme, but hmm. Yeah, anyway, it would still work. um, I'll be upload. Sorry. I'll be uploading the dataset in my GitHub. That dataset will be the one that we'll be using for um the practice. Okay. Okay. Let me just upload it now. Give me a couple of minutes to do it. Um, and this is already lecture 4, right, John? Lecture 4, datasets, and then okay, cancel changes, upload files, lecture 4, datasets. Power query data. Just see if this is the correct one. Oh, doesn't want me to upload to know what happened. Yeah, let me redo it. Maybe
Oh,
I can share
I
my.
see the enable button, but it's not under add-ins, it's under data. So let
Oh, okay,
me
okay.
do that.
Yeah, that's quite different from what I have. Maybe it's uh, like even the how the tabs are being shown in your Excel. It's not the same as with what I have.
Okay, I have a power pivot tab next
Okay,
to the
okay,
help tab.
perfect.
Yeah.
How about Nia? Nia, or were you able to um get the power pivot?
Yes, I was.
Okay, perfect. Um, yeah. Oh, okay, there we go. So you should be able to download it. So this Power Query data will be the one that we will use for the practice. So you just go to my GitHub. I'll be posting it again in the chat box. And please download this new data set. Okay, should find it in there. So yep, I think we can continue now. Okay, so when you have this, okay, this new worksheet in Microsoft Excel, if you want to use the Power Query editor, Okay, you just go to data, and then you have this get data option right here. Click on that, and there are so many different sources of data. It could be from a database, so we will be discussing this. We will be setting up Microsoft SQL Server Management Studio this coming week during the SQL discussion. It could be from um, this, from a PDF, from a JSON file, XML. This um, different types of files. For us, let's click on from Excel workbook and then look where you saved your data set. Okay. For me, I have it in this folder. So once you download it, please make sure that you know the location so that when you import it, you can easily find it. Okay.
Sorry, Jeff, where did you say the link was for the download?
Yeah, in the chat box, Anissa,
The
this
Discord? Okay, sorry.
github.com. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, GitHub?
Just click on that link. Yeah. And once you click that, it should redirect you to my GitHub, and then you can find in there this data set. Okay. And I'll be waiting for you guys. Don't worry.
And then how
Grace,
are you
yeah.
adding it?
Um, Here you go to data, Grace. Click on get data. I'm not sure if in your Excel it's in the upper left corner, but typically it should be there. Oh no no no. Sometimes it can be found at the middle. I think one of the student before he has it at the middle, but you should look for this get data button. Once you click on that, click on from file and then from Excel workbook, and then you should locate where you saved your data set. Oop, I think Anissa got dropped. Okay. Grace, were you able to upload it, import it?
I'm doing it from file, from Excel, download. I have a navigator menu that comes up with a
Yep.
select multiple
Uh,
items.
yeah, you can. Okay, okay. That window, you can select multiple items. Yeah. So let me show it to you. You should have this wizard, this navigator, like navigator window, and you can select multiple items. So you need to check all of this one by one, okay, so that you can upload everything. Okay, Nia, do you follow? Anissa, I think you got dropped, Anissa.
Yes, I am back. I just got to the GitHub link, so I'm
GitHub?
trying to
Yeah,
download it now.
yeah. Once you click on that, there should be an option to download it. That Excel file, that data set should be on the middle right corner of your screen. Once you're in the IDEA repository.
So once I have the data uploaded and the navigator, click on all of them and then load, I have it on a
Okay.
menu on the right under queries and connections. And then if
Mm.
I open up salary brackets, employee, or transactions, it opens it in a new window called Power Query Editor.
Okay, editor. Perfect. Yeah. It's
Is that
just the
fine?
same
Okay.
thing if you have clicked on the transform data. If you click on the transform data, it would immediately put it in the Power Query editor so that you can run M codes with it or manipulate your data set. As you can see right here, this is the exact same thing that you have, right? With the Power Query editor.
Yeah.
Yep. So this is not really significantly different as with Microsoft Excel. the beauty of using this Power Query editor is one, because of speed. Okay, again, instead of just up to 1 million euros, we can over the go over than that in terms of data size in this Power Query editor. And at the same time, as you can see, there is this applied steps section in which we can easily see what things have been done in our data set. So it's quite easy to go back. Okay, when you screw things up, like you have applied this computation that is incorrect, you can easily undo that. I'll show it to you later. And yeah, we will explore this. There are so many things in here. You can add new columns, you can add measures or computed fields, as we call it. Um, and you can you can edit the values in here also. There's so many things. There are so many things that this Power Query editor would offer you. But again, the number one thing, the number one advantage of using this is um, the speed and then the capacity. Okay, it can handle lots of observations. Okay, a larger data set. So Nia and Anissa were able to get to this window.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah, I
perfect.
was able
How
to.
about Nia? Okay, okay, perfect. So once you're in here, let's see this um these options that we have under the home tab. So you can refresh the preview. Okay. So sometimes what you have applied doesn't automatically show in the preview, so you have to refresh it. There are these properties that you can look at like in this. So it is referring to this table that we have, the employee table. You can add descriptions right there. You can also do the same for the other um data set that we have. We have the advanced editor, we have the manage. So things, well, most of the things here would be actually for editing your data, like transforming it in a way that it fits what you want, or setting it up before an analysis. So you can change the data type from like or to this decimal number, currency to a whole number, and so much with this other options as well. It can be converted also to binary or to a boolean, true or false, and so on. You can also sort from like the view from A to Z or Z to A. With when you do that with numbers, you would be starting from the very lowest up to the highest, or it can be from the highest to the lowest. So some basic stuff. Okay, and okay, so let's proceed to. Let me think if I forgot some things that I want to highlight here. If you go to the preview, you can also do the same changing of the data type once you click on this. So this 123, that refers to a whole number. You can change it to currency. This 1.2 refers to decimal number. And of course, this percentage refers to percentage data type. And then you have this different options for the time formats. Okay, and it could be a plain string and so on. So that's how you do it. If you want to change the data type, you can go in here, or you can immediately do it right here. You can also do the sorting right here, so you don't necessarily need to go to the buttons under the home tab, or in this ribbon under the home tab. You can do it right here. Um, what else? Okay, so whenever you do anything, again, it would appear in here. So let's do something with the employee table. Maybe we can, let's see. Hmm. Yeah, let's try adding column. So click on add column and let's see. Let's create a conditional column and let's look at the levels that we have. So let's see, level description, level descriptions. Okay, so if column name, so let's see, level is equal to say 1. Let's just do a make up description. Um, what can we say with level 1? Maybe put the exact word level 1. Okay, and on another, else if the level is equal to 2, we'll change it to level 2. As simple as that, just for the purpose of discussion and knowing how to use this add conditional column thing. Level 3, and I think we still have level 4 right there. So this is similar to what we have in Microsoft Excel, like um, the find and replace, right? You can also do that in there, and the multiple if statements that we did. Remember that? So it's pretty similar to that. However, this is um, I think much easier to do because you already have this add conditional column window that allows you to do that without even writing codes. Okay, so as you can see, we have made this new conditional column level descriptions, and it would add in here. So once you click to the other, like to the other step, it would go back in time, right? And once you go in here, this is the most recent one, and it would show you this level of level descriptions. Once you click on this X, it would undo this step. Okay, it's very easy to do that. So again, when you screw up things and you want to undo it, you can just click on this X in this applied step section. Do you follow, guys? So
Yes.
Yes.
personally, this applied steps is is a good functionality because in a team, suppose that you are composed of like 3 members, oftentimes you're not sure what happened to the data set, so you would typically look into the history, right, of how it got in there in that specific version that you have. At least when you do it with Power Query Editor, you can see this applied steps, and it's very easy to undo things that you don't like. And yeah, there are other things right here like cramming, standard, scientific, even statistics. Okay, you would be having the opportunity to do that with the lab questions that I prepared. I made it in a way that it is very easy to follow. Don't worry. Okay. Okay. So once you're done with it, you can just hit close and load. Okay. When you hit close and load, you will go back to this data view in Microsoft Excel, and then you can find this queries that you did, right? So you have employees, you have the descriptions that we did. This is something that was not here when we imported it, okay? And then I want you to explain and identify the relationships between this data sets, okay? Because we will
Hold on
be
1 second,
using,
Jeff.
yeah.
Um, I have the menu on the right with queries and connections, but I
Mhm.
don't have tables loaded inside Excel.
Oh, um, let me think. it did not give you this like notification that the data is loading when you close the Power Query editor. Did you hit close and load,
Yeah.
Grace?
Yes.
Interesting. Can you share your screen? I haven't encountered that before. Please share your screen quickly. Let's see. It isn't showing here. Okay, let me think. Can you refresh? Is there a way to refresh that if once you click on that thing at the like rightmost? Yeah. Hmm. Interesting. It doesn't show.
A view and worksheet.
Ah, it's still loading. For some reason, the data sources is still loading, and yeah, it's still loading. Even at even with mine, it's still loading, but it should show you. Hmm. But I can click the view in worksheet. Can you click on that? View in worksheet. John, did you encounter this thing before?
This
It's
is
not
the first time,
showing.
sir.
Yeah, yeah. Also, me also. But let me think. Hmm. Yeah, can you go with the managed data model, Grace? Like that
Mm-hmm.
green one in the data
Mm-hmm.
tools? Yeah. Can you click on that? Oh, it's showing here. So it's showing in your Power Query editor and also in Power Pivot. Huh. It doesn't show in your regular Excel. Let me think. Hmm. Can you close that Power Pivot for Excel and then go back to salary brackets, then do a right click? Yeah. Do a
And
right
right
click.
click
Yeah, yeah.
on
Any of
this.
that. Yeah, yeah. It doesn't show this options like refresh, load to. If you hit the right click, I think you clicked on the left click, right? No. Yeah. Can you do the refresh in there? Yeah, that refresh button. It says loaded, but it doesn't show in here.
Table. No.
Select what to. Hmm. For data. Let me see. Let me look at that. Import data. Yeah. Can you click on the table? Mine is on the table. I think that's the reason. Yeah, I think you should click on the others as well, but put it in the first column. It is quite odd because that the typical default setup of that should be table, but unfortunately, I think
Okay.
yeah. Do it also for the others. Salary bracket.
Yeah.
Nia and Denisa, did it show immediately on your end the tables that we have, or do you also need to load it as a table?
No, immediately load it for me.
Yeah, yeah. I think that's the default one. I was surprised that it's not. Okay, there we go. Yeah, table also perfect. There we go. Now,
Sorry
yeah.
about
Um, what I want you to do now is to look into these tables and identify what is the relationship between them, because we will be using that relationship to connect each and every one of this tables, and then use Power Pivot in it. Okay, again, currently it's on a different sheet, right? The employee is a table that consists of information about the employees, their names, their emails, their country, their age, their level, and we have just added these descriptions. Now, if you go to salary brackets, it would show their employee level, also title, years of experience, base salary, and bonus. And then with transactions, you can find there the customers that they had, their product, the sale price, the sale cost, and staff ID. So basically, this data set refers to a car dealership, right? And you have three different tables. So what is the relationship between these three tables? Can you spot any relationship that could possibly link all of these tables together? Or maybe only a pair of them, right? How would we link these tables together? Anyone? Any idea? So let me provide you the answer. Okay. Um, Grace, can I share my screen so that I can emphasize this? Yeah. Thank you very much. So yeah, I hope you can see it now. Can anyone confirm? Okay, perfect. Thank you very much. So the idea here is when you go to the transactions table, you would find the staff ID, right? And this gives you an idea on which particular staff, okay, was able to sell this Toyota, okay, with the sale price and the respective names of their customers. Again, this is a dealership data. So if you go to employee table, okay, we have how many employees right here? I think we have 6 employees. So these are their staff IDs. So we can immediately identify, okay, let's go back to transaction table. This is 10011. Go back right here, we can see that it is Sarah. So Sarah is from where? She's from UK. Let me just delete this one. We don't need it. So Sarah is from UK. Okay. Her age is 22. She's pretty new. I assume that this level refers to like um hierarchy. Okay. If we look into salary brackets, it would give us an idea. Level one means analyst. Okay. With less than a year of experience and with the base salary of this. Level two is associate with at least two years of experience and a base salary of 30,000. And three, senior associate with at least 4 years of experience and 45,000 base salary, and so on. Of course, the top would be the director. Okay. Now, what if I would be asking you? I'm the CEO. Okay, you pretend that you're the analyst. How did our employees perform? How you would give me the performance in terms of sales, okay, of these employees? You don't need to show to me or to tell to me the exact steps, but I want you to think. How would you do that? How would you show me, okay, being the analyst and me being the CEO, how would you show to me which or who of our employees are top performer? Anyone who is
Do a
performing well?
table with the sum
Okay.
of sale price
Okay,
for
that's
each
actually good. Okay.
staff ID.
Sale price. Okay, okay, perfect. So there should be an aggregation in which, okay, all the sales from, say, Sarah would be added all together, right? And all the sales from the other employees as well. So we'll be doing that using Power Pivot. So click on Power Pivot, but first we need to establish the connection because we're not seeing it right now, right? We see these tables; they are um completely separated from each other. So we go to Power Pivot and go to diagram view. Okay, we're not seeing anything yet because we haven't set up the relationship. Let's see. For some reason, my screen doesn't show the entirety. I think it's because of my resolution. So I have to minimize it. Okay. Um, yeah, let's go back here, go back to data. Then there should be a managed relationship right here. Okay. And let's create a new relationship. Um, no, no, no. There's a better view for this. Let me look for it. There's actually a diagram view for this. Um, where was it? Should be in here. Yeah, it doesn't show. I think. Pair pivot and detect. No, 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 no. Should set it up manually. Why doesn't show? I think, yeah, from existing connections. Am I missing something? Home, data view, worksheet, employee, and then salary brackets could be, let me think, salary brackets. No, 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 no. It could be done through that, but I'm looking for, um, sorry for this. I'm looking for the diagram. It should be in here, but for some reason it doesn't show. Maybe I'm missing some piece of it. Wait, try to refresh. Should be right here. That diagram would be way easier to do instead of this table. Let's see. Hmm. Power pivot. Manage detail model. Diagram view. Doesn't show right here. Let me do it again. Wait. Should be right here. So file path, pass 5. Yeah, I think it should be right here. Next. Use for first column. Okay. Yeah, let me just save this. Backup downloads. Just for a while, guys, I want to show to you the diagram because that diagram is actually easy to follow before I transition to the table.
I have 3 boxes with salary brackets, employee, and then transactions.
Can you show it? It could be the one that I'm looking for.
I had to do like the teams on my phone so that I could
Yeah, this
watch
is
both.
exactly what I'm looking for. But it doesn't show on my end. That's extremely
We
weird.
switched locks. How did we do this?
You switched what?
I said we switched locks. It wasn't working
Uh,
for me earlier, and so now.
yeah. It's kind of weird. But let me do it again. Sorry about that, guys. Uh, it should be showing like that, not a table, because well, in fact, you can do it the same way using that table that I showed earlier, but it's not intuitive. The one that Grace has is actually the more intuitive view of it. So let me share my screen again and then repeat everything from scratch. I think I encountered an error. So power pivot, manage. I hope you can see it again. From other sources, Excel file. This is basically how I do it. When doing a project, load the data, and then click on all of the source tables, and then close it, and then I manage the relationship by the diagram view. There we go. There we go. Yep. So this is exactly what I was looking for because we've already understood, right? How the columns are related, right? We have seen that. Oh, there's something wrong again with it. It should show the column names. It doesn't show the column names for some reason. Excel, why are you doing this to me? Okay. Let's do it again. Wait. It should show the column names. Okay. Hmm. Yeah, everything looks good. Okay. Right. It doesn't show the column names. Ah, okay. Yeah, I think I know the reason. Um, it should be that I think I hit. Wait, I know the problem. Don't save. Sorry about this, guys. Okay. So earlier, the reason why it doesn't show the column names is I accidentally hit the the checkbox for using the first row as column header. That's the reason. Okay. Oh, okay. I forgot to do it again. So typically in your records, you have the first row as your column headers, right? So if you don't check this box, you won't be able to load your data correctly because it would treat the first row as input as well. So once we do that, it's already importing right now. So what's the reason why it did not work earlier? Because I have the data loaded in Power Query Editor. So this thing that I'm trying to do is actually in Power Pivot, like establishing the connection between these three tables using the diagram view. With the Power Query Editor, you can also do that, but it's on the relationship window that you saw earlier, which is not that intuitive, but it does the same thing. It does the same thing. So this could take a while, especially if your data set is of a bigger size. So imagine you only have like a couple of rows in here, but it's already taking some time. And it's actually depending on like the capacity and the speed of your laptop. I'm using an i3 laptop, which is like way below the standard for analytics. It should be at least i5. Best if you have like i9. Okay. It's still loading. Can you still see my screen, guys? You still see it? Okay. Yeah. In fact, it's already frozen. But I'm keeping my faith. This would run. I tried that several times before, and yeah, it's always doing this. But once it's done, it would show this green color right here in the besides overall status. So yeah, let's wait. Okay. Were you able to do this also, guys? Go to data, then manage model, or Power Pivot rather. Go to Power Pivot and then go to manage. Okay. It would open the Power Pivot window. And then once you're there, go to import data, other sources, and then locate the location of the file. Okay. Were you able to do it also? Okay.
I'm doing it right now. It's loading as
Okay.
well.
Okay. Yep. Thanks for the response, Nia. Grace, did it take also this long when you uploaded your or imported your data?
No.
Oh, okay.
The once I hit diagram view, it was there.
The operation cannot be fulfilled. Okay. Yeah. I think Excel hates me. These are those times that you encounter multiple errors. Okay. Yeah, let's try the connection that we had earlier. Okay, there we go. Let's see. Now there we have it again. You have the diagram view. There we go. Perfect. Disregard this thing because it's just a copy with the copy of employee one. Okay, perfect. So once you're in this window, again, I'll be waiting for you. And if ever I need to do it over again, just let me know. We will be identifying the columns that are common between these tables. Can you remember it again? So this level in the employee table, let me show it again. Where was it? Open it. Yeah. This level in the employee table, okay? And then when you go to okay, it's freezing again. Why are you doing this to me, Excel? Yeah, okay, there we go. It moved again. So this employee level in the employee table is the same thing as with the employee level in the salary brackets. Okay? And then if we go to the transaction, we have the staff ID, which is also present in the staff ID in the employee table. So we can make use of those columns that are common from each of the pairs of the table in order to connect, to establish a connection. Okay? So let's do that. Again, remember, level in the employee table is the same as with the employee level in the salary brackets. It doesn't need to be the same column name. We would see that when we are discussing SQL. In SQL, you can also join tables together, and we will be applying the same exact idea as what we're doing right now. And then the transaction will be having staff ID that is also present in the employee table. So let's go back to the Power Pivot diagram view. Look for the level, click on it. Um, Diagram view. Okay, where's the level? Just click on it, then drag to the next table. Okay. So you see this icon. So this icon means one-to-many relationship. We will be discussing this in deeper detail next week in the SQL section. But basically this means that one um one employer record from the salary table can have multiple associated records in the employee table. Okay? That's the meaning of that. Again, one record, one instance in the salary can have multiple associated instances in the employee table. So that's why you have a one-to-many relationship. So for example, one employee level, say employee level 1, you have 5 employees that have that level. Do you follow, guys? The idea with one-to-many relationship? Again, one employee level could be applied to like 5 employees that you have. Employee level 2, it could be that you have like more than one employees that have that same level. So let's put it back right there. And then for the transactions, we can see what's the thing again? Staff ID, right? Staff ID. Yeah. So this thing to the other table. So again, this is also one-to-many relationship because your one employee could have multiple transactions, right? Like that employee can sell 5 cars, so it would be one-to-many. One employee could make multiple transactions. Do you follow? Do you follow, guys?
Yes.
Okay, okay, perfect, perfect. Again, apologies. There will be just this times. Also, you will encounter this. that Excel would be acting up, and there would be tons of errors, and typical processes that usually work would be would not be working. So yep. And let's go back to Power Query Editor. Where was that? I think I closed it, right? Let's see the connections that I have. Pivot. No, 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 no. Data connections. Yeah, I think I have it right here. Mm. Where was it? Did I close it earlier? Oh, there we go. This one. No, 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 no. I was. I think I saved it. Let me close this one for now. Yeah, don't save. I'll just open the other file that we had earlier. I saved it in the downloads. Okay, there we go. Okay. So once you have established the relationship with the model, you can go to um, Power Query Editor to write M codes. You can also use the Power Pivot um, to do measures or calculated fields. I'll be showing you that. So by the way, let's try adding new column. Okay. How do we get the profit from these two columns? Anyone? How do you think we'd be able
The
to?
difference?
Okay, the difference between the sales price and the sales cost, right? So we need to go to Power Pivot and create that new column. Okay, so let's see how we do that. So go back to Power Pivot. See, okay, it doesn't show the connection that I had earlier. Why is it so? Fresh? Okay, go to data. It's lagging. The it's really slow. I'm not sure what's happening.
Sorry, guys, I've got to get out of here.
Okay, Anissa. Just check the recording. Maybe I'll do a recap on Monday to
Okay.
make it more structured. Yeah, yeah. Apologies for
Okay.
the issues that we're encountering right now.
It's okay.
Thank you very much.
Where does it get uploaded to?
In the playlist, John, can you send them the? Yeah, we share it to the group. In the chat box. Don't worry.
Okay, thank you. Or if you could share it to the Discord,
Yeah,
if
yeah,
that's
definitely.
possible.
Yep, yep.
Okay, thank you so much. You guys have a great weekend.
Thank you, Anissa. Thank you. Have a great weekend.
All right, bye-bye.
Okay, bye bye. Um, yeah, it's not showing again. Wonder what's happening. Uh, Okay. A level. Just do this very quickly. This is the thing that I did earlier. Um, yeah. Yeah, this should be it. Um, Employee many to one. This should be it. Table, new
Under
worksheet.
diagram view, does drawing those arrows
Mhm.
do anything, or is it just a visual that they're
No, no, no.
connecting?
It should be applying that connection so that when you work on these tables, you can make use of this relationship so that you can tap immediately to the other table. Grace. That's what it is doing. It's not only for this visualization. Okay. Let me see. Uh, like see the employee name at the row, and then let's see the transactions. Uh, Sale price. You say sale price. Sum of sale price. So, going back to the question that I had before, okay, um, we want to know who is the top performer, okay, in our
Oh,
employees. Now,
Jeff, are we ditching the profit with the add column?
yeah, we will be doing that. Don't worry, we'll be going back
Okay.
to that. I just want to answer the analytics question that I've thrown you earlier, but we'll be going back to that. Don't worry. So, yeah, going back to that, based from this pivot table that I have, who do you think is the top performer?
Mike.
Mike is the top performer, right? However, there could be another question. Okay, if we have Mike and at the same time Sarah being the top performers, right? There's only like 3,000 difference in the total sales that they did. Now we can look into their employee level, right, to see, okay, if what are the like corresponding levels of experiences this these people have. Now, looking at the employee level together with the total sales, what can you say about Sarah and Mike? Remember, one is analyst, two is associate, three is manager, and four is director. It's easy to see that even though Sarah is still new, she was able to really perform really well, right? She was able to come up with a 120,000 total sales, which is similar to Mike, which is already on the director level. So if I'm the CEO, I'll be promoting Sarah. Does it make sense, guys?
Yes.
So yeah, basically we were able to answer the analytics question. Who are the top performers? Okay, obviously Mike has the highest, but if we consider the employee level, we would see that Sarah is really doing well. She has the potential. Okay, so that's how you do it. Well, the reason we were able to make use of this different variables from different table is that we have established a relationship. Now going back to the profit, okay? How do we compute for the profit? So let's go back, okay? So we said earlier that if we subtract the sales price and the sales cost, we'll be able to generate the total profit. So let's do that. Okay. And let's see. Calculations, options. No, no, no. It should be in the Power Query Editor window. Hmm. Okay. Power Query Editor. Data, manage. Existing connection. Open. Okay. Finish.
What is the formula minus?
Yeah, it should be minus. Um, but I want to highlight something. Grace and Nia. Apologies. There must be something that I'm missing. Let me take a breather and think of this step that I'm missing. Hmm. I think trace and connection. No, should be the managed data model, but it's throwing me this. Should be in here. Um, Data view. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I'm the problem. There's just minute detail that I'm missing. I'm not sure what's wrong with me. But yeah, when you go to the managed model, if you want to define the relationship, you'll be going to the diagram view, obviously. But if you want to go back to the data view, then you should switch to this data view. So this is where we would be computing the profit. Okay. So we go to salary brackets, or rather transactions. Where is the transaction table? We'll be adding a new column right here. So we would be saying that this column right here, right, would be subtracted to the sales cost. Does it make sense? And as you can see, it would be applied to all of the rows that we have. And then double click on this. You should be able to rename this as profit. Okay. So now we have the profit column. We can add measures with it. Like we can compute for.
Wait, hold on. Sorry, no, that was
Yep.
just two of us. Can you go back on that? Because I am on add column, and then I was going to type in
Yeah,
a
sure.
formula, but then you have it done
Yeah, when
already.
sure. So when you click on this add column, you can add this equal symbol, Grace and
Mm-hmm.
Leah. Then click on sales price. So it would immediately type for you the M code that you need. So once you click on that cell, this would appear transaction sale price. So this means that in the transaction table, you are selecting sale price column. Okay,
Right, right.
minus the sale cost. So again, this means that for the transaction table, you're selecting the sale cost column. Okay. Once you do that, it would be applying the subtraction to each of the elements, to each of the inputs um, in those columns. So once you hit enter, it would apply everything to that. Okay. Does it make sense?
Right. Yes. Caught up.
Okay. Yeah. Let me just delete that column. And then in changing the name, you can just double click this
Yeah.
and you'll be able to change the column name to whatever you want. In this case, I'll just name it as profit. Okay. Now let's add measures. So what do we mean by measures? Measures would not appear as column, okay, as columns in your data model. It is just something that you can use further in your calculation. And you can also use that in order to summarize your data. Like, for example, here, one analytics question that we can do with this is what is the total profit from these transactions? So, how do we do that? So, simply, we just sum it up, right? We just get the total of the profit. So, let's do that. So, if you want to put measures or add measures in your Power Pivot, just click at this area. So this area is specifically designed to put all of your computations. Do you follow, Nia and Grace?
Yes.
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 Nia, by the way, were you able to do it up until here?
Yeah, I was.
Just let me know. Okay, okay. Just let me know. I'll be happy to go over it again from the very beginning, um, and do everything again just to make everything clear. Okay. So let's first do um the sum because we want the total profit. We want to get the sum of profit. Okay. Sum of what? Profit. Profit. There we go. So as you can see, it is quite similar to the codes, to the syntax that you use in Excel. Once you hit that, it would compute for it and you can just adjust the size so that you can see it. So currently we have 155,000 in total profit. And you can actually change the name of that. They put total profit in it. So that later, if you add a table, no, or if you create a pivot table, then you can use this total profit to summarize your data. And you can also use that to create KPIs as well. So, what else we can do with this? So, what if the we have the staff ID right here, but we don't want it to be staff ID because it's not intuitive, right? What if we want the name? How can we do that? We have already linked this
If
tables
statement.
together. Um, yeah, we
No.
can do the if statement. However, it would require us to identify which name is associated, which employee is associated with this staff ID. There's one code that would let us take advantage of that connection, and that is through the related function. So with the related function, we would see that this staff ID, right, is related to the employee name earlier, right? So we can just click on that, and then their names would appear. So this would allow us to, again, these names, those are not present in the transaction, but given that we've already established the connections between the tables, you can use the related function to sort of identify, okay, Sarah has this, Jones has this, so it would immediately know. It would immediately use that connection to identify which particular staffs are being referred to with these IDs. Does it make sense, guys? Yep. So let me go back to the diagram view. So this is that thing that we have
We didn't
established earlier.
select like because if we had done if statement, like we would have selected like staff ID from this table. So by doing equals related to employee name, it found which column was related to it,
Exactly.
or from the linking
Exactly.
on.
From the
Okay,
linking.
the
Yeah. From
linking.
from
Okay.
this, yeah, from the linking that we did earlier. That's why I asked you, like, what is the relationship between these tables that we have? What are the common columns that they have? It doesn't necessarily mean that they have the same column names. It could be that, for example, for the case of employee level, for the salary brackets, the column name is employee level. But if you look at, I think the employee, it's just level. So it's not a requirement that they have the same column names. However, the records should be referring to the same thing. So this level refers to the same inputs as what you have in the employee level column. They refer to the same thing. And once this is connected, right, the salary bracket is connected to the employee table, and the employee table is connected to the transactions. It could be a sort of bridge, so that this step ID right here, okay, we can immediately use that to identify like the what is the associated name. So as you can see, we are working on the transaction table right here. Okay, not on the employee table, which contains the names. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
you guys follow?
Yes.
Okay, perfect, perfect. How about adding KPIs? Or maybe let me think. Um, Maybe we can play with this more. Let's look at the salary brackets. Maybe we can add the title, right? Let's play a bit more and maybe change this name to employee name. In reality, when you're working, you would be putting these things depending on your preference. The easiest way you can immediately remember what you're working on. So let's take a look at the individual levels. See the levels so that, yeah, I would know who to promote. Not that one, but I want the actual description, um, employee level is what I'm thinking. So with this, what's the name of that thing? Go back to it. Um, was it employee name? Is this employee level?
Level descriptions.
Level description? No, no. The level descriptions that we did is just the same as 1, 2, 3. The title.
Title.
The
Okay.
title is what we need, yeah, because that would give us um more idea, right? If we see the title, not only those numbers, the shortcuts. So we can immediately see that, yeah, here most of the sales are coming from the analyst, right? And of course, you can easily see that if you create a pivot table, just like what we did earlier. Where was that? Where was that pivot table? I think I did not save it. But
Yeah,
yeah,
it
let's
was in
see.
your Excel workbook, not on the
Yeah, yeah.
Power.
Okay, okay. Yep. So we can save. We can. Yeah, we can create a new worksheet for this. And yeah, Yeah, there we go. Hmm. So I want to see, of course, their names on the rows and their, yeah, we failed to change the name, right? Should be like the title. Let's change it. Let us change it together. You see the profit, like, yeah, we've seen the total sales, but oftentimes we would be looking particularly into the profits because sometimes people would be selling uh more products of with less equivalent profit, but typically they're linear. if you if you sell more, then typically the total profit would be uh more also. So yeah, here it's very interesting because with the total price, the total sales, there's only like three differences, right? 3,000 difference between Mike and Sarah. But if you check on the profit, it seems that Mike, given his experience as a manager, was able to generate more profit as compared to Sarah and even Alex. So while Sarah has been selling more in terms of the total sales, um, she's behind Alex and Mike in terms of profit. So these people, I think, if we go back to the transactions, let's see, where was it? Let's go to Power Pivot. Which among these has the like highest profit? Okay, it is Toyota. I wonder what Toyota is this. What do you think, guys? It has a profit of 12,000, which is interesting. So as you can see, all of this um, records done by Mike, sold by Mike, they have pretty decent profit. And Sarah, most of her sales was just from uh, those with the less profit. Does it make sense? We have not seen that. I mean, we failed to uncover that just by looking at the sales price. When we looked into the profit, okay, um, we have found out that yeah, the experience of Mike being manager, he was able to close more deals with higher profits. Okay, does it make sense, guys? Nia and Grace.
Yes.
Okay,
But
okay.
I'm
Yes.
only like
Yes.
I'm following along, but I'm only like doing what's on the power pivot.
Power pivot. Okay, don't worry. I think we can run through this again. Um, but I have yet to discuss to you the like the details of these things, like the what do we mean by power query. That's actually in my lecture. So maybe I would be reserving some time on Monday to do that. Mm. How about Nia? I think you were trying to say something. Nia?
No, I was just saying I was following along. That's it.
Okay, okay. Yeah. Let me think. Hmm. Yeah, I think we can move on and create KPIs from this. Like we can assign KPIs and set total profit. Let me say. We can define, okay, each of my employees should target
What
what's
is
the
KPI
real
for?
a KPI is key performance indicator is a way
Oh,
to
my bad.
track the performance um of your employees. It could be of your companies. So yeah, this is something that you really have to know. Let's assign. Okay, what is the like realistic profit for these employees? Could be looking at the top performer, right? You should aim to be like Mike, which was able to get 48, or maybe just close to it. Let's say everyone should target 40,000 total profit. When we hit OK, you can also change this. Okay, so we have here different like different colors and different themes, and you can actually adjust when it is red, when it is yellow, and when it should be green. Typically, this is in terms of percentage, but Excel made it in a way that it is actually reflecting the actual value. So I'll be marking it as a
Where did
red.
Excel get those values? Is it
This one,
like
it's based
standard
on is this is
deviation?
predefined. No,
This is what?
typically this is in terms of average. No percentage.
Percentage of
Grade.
the
Yeah,
profit range. Okay,
of the profit. Yeah.
thank you.
So you can actually adjust that. Like when you're less than 20,000, you'll be labeled as red. So you can be more strict, right? And maybe once you are like $5,000 away from the target, you'll be labeled as red. So it depends on you. It depends on how strict you will be, right? So for me, the I think the most realistic would be if you're half of the target or below half, then you would be marked as red. When you're in between, you are on track. And once you're 5,000 away from the target, you'll be labeled as green. So let's do that. And it would add this visualization right here. Oh, it doesn't show. Maybe I should move it. I think I clicked, I overlapped, I think. Let's see. Let's do it again. Where did I put it? Should show right here. You don't have KPIs. Why is it not showing? Status, manage KPIs. It's here. Edit, total profit, check value, close. Is it showing? It should show that visualization that we had, that we just added. Wait, let me redo it again. Values. Yeah, levels, ID, calculated column. Wonder what happened just there. You don't have any measure. Yes, I do. I do have the measure. The profit is a measure. Uh-huh. Total profit. It should be total profit, not just profit. Yeah, there we go. Status. It should be the status. Yeah, there we go. So we can easily see with this one, we don't actually need the titles now here. Can remove that and just look into like how well they are performing. So you can immediately see with the KPIs whether they are hitting the target. Obviously, Alex and Mike, they're already well, since the target was based on Mike, then they would he would immediately get the screen one, and also with Alex, since he's like less than 5,000 away from the target of 40K. And it would definitely change if we make it a, let's say that the target should be 70,000. As you can see, everything would change. It should not be applying this here. I think this can be deleted, right? Oh, okay, this can't be deleted. So, it's your choice if you want to use this KPI, but if you remember the conditional formatting that we did, do you remember that last meeting? You can also apply it in here. In fact, I don't usually use the KPI because for me, I would accomplish the pretty much same thing if I apply the conditional statement that a value would change color if it reached a certain value. So pretty much the same logic. So it depends on you. It depends on you whether you would be using this KPI option. But for me, it's just simpler to just apply conditional statements. Conditional formatting rather. Okay. So those are KPIs, and let's see, maybe okay for the remaining 10 minutes. Maybe we can try. Let's save this for now. I don't have to save this. But were you able to do this, guys? Just want to confirm. Were you able to put the like the KPI, the status?
And I was sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead. You, Jeff, you had done like this profit table or something like on the side when we were still doing on the power bit, like
Power
the
pivot?
related linkingness. So
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, just the speed at which you did this on the Excel, I wasn't able to
To
do it
follow.
alongside you, but I just followed you right now instead of
Okay,
trying
okay.
to
Yeah,
divert
yeah,
my
yeah.
attention.
Okay. Yeah, I can. Well, in fact, I can do it from scratch so that I think I can do it like in less than 10 minutes. So you can actually follow everything.
Okay, let me pull up
Um,
the Excel.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So let's do it. Let's do it together again, guys. Again, apologies. I was encountering those kinds of errors earlier, and for some reason, when I click on the data view, it doesn't show. Those are just times that yeah, you would encounter troubles with Excel, and even freezing of Windows. So, are you on the same page, Nia and Grace? So basically, the first thing that we have to do, of course, is to um, include Power Pivot in these options that we have. So the way to do that is go to File, Options, and look for the add-ins. And you should first, just like what we discovered, you should first have to um, have the analysis tool pack, and then after that, include the Microsoft Power Pivot right here. So once you do that, you can close the Excel and then open it again so that you can find the Power Pivot window right there. But for us, okay, what we have to do is first we have to import the data set, right? Currently, we don't have any data set. So we can go immediately to manage, and there's a way to import the data set here to click from other resources or
Um,
other sources.
So,
Once,
Jeff, for me,
yeah,
the Power Pivot opens in a new window. So I've had this the three tab employee transaction salary sitting behind it. So I have it up already. I don't know if Nia does too.
It's already in there. I think there's a Microsoft Excel that's still open. If you close everything, that should start like a totally
We want to
fresh,
start
a
over and
totally
import
new
it
one.
again.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Sure.
That's
I
what you're
think that
saying?
would be
Okay.
better. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay. So manage, get external. What is it?
Yeah. From other sources.
Other sources.
Yeah. And then look for the file, like Excel file, then browse the location of the file. Click it. Okay. Then don't forget to check on this box to use the first row as column header.
We've
And
clicked that
then,
box.
yeah,
Use first row.
go next. And then check on all of the tables right here. Then click finish. And then it
And
should give you this, okay,
systems. Here. Yep.
this success notification, and then hit close. And then you will see this data set. Now, here, what we can do is when typically what I do is first I establish the connection. Beforehand, I already know which columns are related with the tables that I'm working on. So I will be defining now the the relationship. And we know earlier that employee level and the level in the employee table are just the same thing with different names. So I can connect them together. And then um, this staff ID is actually the same thing as with the staff ID on the employee table so that I can establish that connection. Once I have that, again, I just switch to this. Earlier, it doesn't work. For some reason, it doesn't show. So once you have that, you can just immediately switch from one window to the other. Now, the next thing that we have to do after we have established the connection is to compute, right? To compute for necessary measures and necessary columns. So earlier, we posited that we can get the profit by subtracting the sale price and the sale cost. And
Right.
we can do
Do
that
that.
by,
Oh no.
okay, do you still follow,
Equals.
guys? Nia
Right.
and Gray? Yep.
Yes.
So this is just like a shortened version of
Yes.
what I was trying to do earlier. So this would
So
be
sale price
um
minus sale cost.
exactly. So it would be this price. Oh, no, no, no. This one. So this would be the sale price minus the sale cost. So that would give us the profit. And we change the name of that column to profit. So this is a new column, a computed column. And then if you want to add a new measure, let's go to this lower section right here. Initially, we typically put the measures. So in order to get the total, we just get the sum of the profit. Simple as that. And then we can get that measure. To see all of the contents, just adjust the width of this column, and then you can change this measure name to total profit. So that when you refer to it, like for example, you're trying to create a pivot table from it, um, the total profit name would appear. Okay. So what other else? We can create uh, a pivot table from this, right? To click on pivot table. Once you go in there, it would give you this option to create a new sheet or existing worksheet. Let's try a new worksheet. And then here are the fields. So we have posited earlier that we want to identify which of the employees that we have are performing really well. So we look into the total sales price, right, of these people, and we have identified that okay, Mike and Sarah have been um, selling well. However, we also thought that maybe looking into the total profit would make more sense. So we looked into the total profit. We looked into total profit, and we have seen that okay, um, yeah, Mike and Alex have the highest. So only Sarah is only the third. While if we look into the sales price, Sarah is actually um near Mike's performance. So this is something really interesting, right? Because here shows the experience of Mike being the manager. So Sarah was able to close more deals. However, the equivalent price is lower as compared to Mike's. And even with Alex, right? Alex was only able to sell in total 87,000, but when you look at the profit, he has 35,000, which is way higher than what Sarah has. And um, we can also add KPIs, right? So suppose that you want to add a KPI that, okay, the target should be say 50,000 for each of these employees, and it would change color once like it's like 80%, it's already 80% of that target. So when you hit okay, it would be applied to this. And as you can see, currently it doesn't show the thing that we want, but going
I
back
have a no other
here,
fields is defined as the target field. What does that mean?
no other field is defined as the target field. That's an error, right, Grace?
Yeah. Total
Um,
profit, KPI based on total profit, measure 40/80. Okay. What?
yeah, you have the computed field, right? You have the total profit here right now.
Yes.
Okay.
Column C. Yep.
Yeah, once you go to transaction table, you should find well at the very bottom. It's actually not inside the transaction table. It's a different element. You can actually go in there and just retain the status or goal rather.
Did you just right click on that for total profit and then do?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. It can be dragged
No,
here,
you
right?
unclicked.
Wait.
Ugh.
No, no, no. It should. What I'm trying to do is to add the color in there. Like the goal. Yeah, there we go. The status only is what we need to have in there. So,
I'm not able to do anything to my total profit, goal, and
let me stop
status.
sharing. Can you share your
Why
screen?
didn't?
Yeah.
I'll just do it
Please
through my
share your
phone.
screen, Grace, and let's see.
Uh,
Yeah. No, no, no. Can you go down further? Yeah. Go to the. Have you defined the KPI? No.
well, that's where I'm getting the error message.
Okay. Let's see. New KPI, and
Total profit
then
here.
okay. You should click on the
Measure.
absolute value. You should be defining
Absolute.
the target. Yeah.
Sorry, this is where I think you went super fast and I was still on
Oh,
mute.
sorry.
Okay.
Apologies for that.
Sorry.
Yeah. You can put any value in there. For me, I put 50,000. And then once you have it in there, you see that it's not the thing that you want. Go to the pivot table fields on the right, Grace.
Okay.
Go to your right, and then look into the most. Okay, okay. Yeah, that thing,
I see.
and then check, uncheck the others. We don't want the
This
others. We
stuff?
only want the status. Yeah, only retain the status. Uncheck the others. And it should show the color. Yeah, there we go. So
How
again,
do I
it's
how
only
do I edit that current KPI? Just oh right here. Okay,
yeah,
manage.
manage KPI and then it should show in there and then edit.
So this one we want it to be a goal of the
Yeah,
50,000. Okay.
50,000. Yeah. Again, it's only a matter of preference, guys.
I
This
guess it's
can be
better we have
exactly
a
done.
smaller class today. Okay,
Yeah, yeah.
50,000. Okay.
No, I was just saying that this could also be done using conditional formatting. So I'm not really a fan of this colors, like this um format of what KPI is giving us. So it's more intuitive for me. This is just a personal opinion that the actual figures would change color if I hit a
How do I
certain value. So yeah.
do this? The mic is
So yep.
green. Why is the mic
So
green?
I think that's all that I have to cover. The only thing that we have is for Excel would be the what if analysis. Now, if you would be asking me, Jeff, we've gone through these different topics in Excel. Am I ready? Am I ready to be, well, first, am I ready for the technical interview? Currently, the answer is no. That's a straight no. What do you have to do is to do more practice. Um, there are things that doesn't really appear typically in technical interviews, um, like the exact process of creating pivot table. It don't doesn't necessarily, well, typically appear in Microsoft technical interview. It's more about, okay, what do we mean by this? What do we mean by that? Like, what do we mean by Power Pivot? Right? What are the like benefits of using it? How do you enter charts? What chart applies to this, or what chart should be best used for this kind of data? Those kinds of things. Mm,
Oh,
so you need more practice.
sorry. Yes, and been saying Power Query today. Have we
Yeah.
done Power Query? I don't
Yeah,
know.
I've actually um we've actually done it earlier. Let me show it here. Power Query is actually this thing. Let me close this one first. I don't want to save it. Power Query is more about um being able to format your data in a way that um, it would allow you to work on much larger data sets. Can you remember the one that has like the uh, applied steps in it, Grace and Nia? That's actually Power Query. So let me go to data, then get the same data, and let's do Power Query with it. Um, it's five. I have something that you can practice with John later. But this is Power Query, guys, and we've done that earlier. So we can load, we can transform. When we hit load, it would be immediately loaded to Microsoft Excel. But if we hit transform, then it would allow us to transform our data set. So this would actually give us this. No, no, no. I'm not looking for this one, but the other one. Mm, sorry, this version is quite different from what I used to from like the thing that I used to use. There should be a transform option somewhere here. Let me look for it. John, this is quite different, right? Like the position of the
You
thing.
already loaded the data.
Yeah, but there should be a way to actually
Uh,
transform it again.
it's on the Power BI side. Wherein we have
Am I confusing myself? No, no, no. There should be a transform data here. I think so. Um, Am I confusing Power BI with this?
I
Hmm.
think so on the Power BI, there is a transform option on the ribbon, but on the
No,
Excel,
no.
I don't encounter it.
The transform button.
Yes.
Yeah, maybe I'm just confused. But the other way to do it is to actually just click on edit, right? You can edit it, and then the Power Query editor window would also appear. And then in here, you can actually do the same things as what we've done with Power Pivot. You can add columns, right? What else?
Query
We
settings. Okay,
can
this is Power Query
edit.
Editor. Okay.
Yeah, this is Power Query Editor. This is the benefit of using Power Query Editor. Like in your exercise that we'll be doing later, I've prepared this three data sets, cookie company data, and you'll be editing that. I have this step-by-step process that you have to follow, and you would observe that when you add a new table, when you add a new data set to it, it would immediately identify and apply the same steps that you did for the first three tables. It would apply all the steps, so you don't have you don't have to redo the process all over again for um, incoming fresh data sets. So it would be applied automatically. So that's one benefit of Power Query. So aside from being able to, yeah, do computations really fast, and aside from the capacity, it's also a way to automate things. So John, I want you to do that with the group, okay? The cookie company data. I think that's a good practice. So let me show it to you guys. Um, yeah, where was it? I think that's lab 5, right? So this is your lab 5, and this has a clear steps that you can follow. Okay. So here, let me go through this. So in this, you'll be working with Power Query. We will walk through the steps of obtaining data, transforming it, and then load into Excel. So you have four data sets in here. Order data 2018, 2017, 2018 up to 2020. So you'd be needing to download this. I think, John, you have a copy of this, right? If not, please let me know so that I can give you a copy. Um, so you need to create a new folder on your computer called Cookie Company Data, and you need to place only three first. Okay, you don't place, don't include the 2020 order data yet, because we want to show to you that once you've done the transformation here using Power Query Editor, once it sees this 2020 data, it would apply everything that you've done in here to this one, which is kind of awesome. Okay, so don't put it in the same folder until the time here that you've done all of the steps. So again, this is a guided activity. So I have here all the steps. Okay, open the new Excel file, get the data, and then combine and transform data, and so on. In transforming your data, it's just a matter of like, yeah, you have to delete the source name and so on. So John would be guiding you through this activity, and this is a good practice. After finishing this, Power Query would make so much sense and would give you all the functionality it has. Okay, guys, and I'll be putting it now in my GitHub. Any questions, guys?
Are we gonna
No
be working
questions?
on this today in the class?
Yep, today.
Okay.
Yes, Nia. Yeah. Um, This is lecture 4. No, this should be lecture 5. Lecture 5, activity, Power Query. And working on multiple tables. And Power Query, activity. Okay. Oh, I have it open. Equals and then Power Query, activity. Okay. There we go. I was thinking of actually using this sales data. Do you have time? I think, yeah, I can. Yeah, I'm thinking of giving you another example with sales data, but I think John can do it also as an example. Let me think. Let me upload it also. This sales data that you can use for practice.
Is it lecture 5 activity or still lecture 4 data set?
Lecture, let me see. Should be lecture 5, but let me verify. Um, yeah, it should be in lecture 5 activity, Power Query data. And I'll be adding this things also for Power Pivot practice. And also sharing this cookie company data. Um, upload files, cookie company data, or Power Query. Let me change this. You should see it now. I have all the files in there right now. Okay. So activity with Power Query. Please use this lecture 5 activity Power Query. And then for additional practice, you can use this customers, products, and sales CSV, John. If ever you need to do another discussion just to solidify the topic, please use these files. And then for the cookie company data, you have this. So these are the files that you need for the activity. And you just need to follow the directions, okay? Now, I think if I can finish the Monday session with what if analysis pretty quickly, and I think I can, I'll be going back to this because I think my first I think the first hour of today's session was not really that clear. There were so many issues like my Microsoft Excel kept on freezing. So I feel that I need to run it again with you guys and also for the benefit of the others. I think they will be pretty confused if they check on the recordings. So on Monday, after what if analysis, I will be running this again. So if you have any questions, just let me know. But definitely, you guys, Nia and Grace, after this activity, everything would be solid to you. I assure you that. Because I made the activity in a way that you'll have the opportunity to create new columns, conditional columns, edit the data types, and all of that. So navigating through the windows of Power Query would be easy for you after this. So I think that's how we should proceed. Thank you
John,
very
do you
much,
see
guys.
the files as downloadable on GitHub?
It should be. Um,
I'm able to like
John, can you check it?
comment on this commit, but I don't know why I can't download it like the
Um,
Word document can.
let me see.
I
Let me.
I can download.
Yeah. You should see this, Grace. This icon. Once you open this IDA repository, all of the things should have this option, right? Raw,
Okay,
copy raw
here.
file, and then download raw file. Yeah. You should click on them.
I don't know where I was clicking it from.
Let me think.
It was like it looked like a discussion forum and suggesting I comment. I'm like, no, I want to
Ah,
download the file, not comment on the upload, I
yeah,
think.
I think
I don't know how I got there.
yeah, I think I know what you're mentioning. You might be in the discussion section. Like I think I've included um like yeah, I think you are in this
Yeah,
section,
that's what it
right?
looked like.
Yeah. So don't go here. If you go to the commit, then it's more about um uh, putting comments
I don't even know
for
how I
your
got out. So how would you get out?
yeah, it's normal. I completely understand, especially like um you've just introduced GitHub without like
Yeah,
um
how to
a formal
navigate.
discussion. Yeah.
Okay, they're
I'm also
downloading.
new to this. I mean, I think I've mentioned to you that I don't like GitHub initially. I don't really like GitHub, but since we've identified that employers are now um asking for like uh, or alumni to if they have the skills related to GitHub, that's the reason why we included it. But I've used it before. I've used GitHub before. I just don't really like it. I feel that it's so there are so many things unnecessary with it. Anyway, hi Asiba. We're almost done with the lecture session, but we have time for the practice with John.
Hi.
John, do you have? Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to let you know that I'm in the emergency room with my kid. She's sick,
Oh,
so I
okay.
couldn't join the session. I forgot
No
about to
worries. No
inform you
worries.
guys. So yeah,
Thank you
I'm
very
here
much.
to
And
just inform you guys that I'm
yeah,
busy
yeah.
with my kids. Yeah,
No, yeah. Oh,
and I
hoping
will
for the
definitely follow up with the video.
yeah. And I'll do a recap on Monday. Don't worry. Okay, just
Okay.
focus
Yeah.
on your children, Asiba. Don't
Yeah.
worry.
Thank you so much. Yeah. Bye bye.
Yep. Bye
Bye.
bye. Yeah. Hope nothing is serious with uh Asiba's children. Anyway, yeah. Do you have any questions, guys? I think it's already time to transition to lab. You can do a quick break before you do the activity with John. Okay. So I want to apologize. This is not the best session. It's not the like the clearest session. Uh, I think it was me and also my Excel, my computer. It kept on freezing. And for some reason, it doesn't show the things that I was trying to look for. But let's try it again on Monday, okay? So that everything would be clear. So thank you very much for your patience, Grace and Nia, and hope you learned something. Okay, and I hope
Yes,
the
thank
lab
you.
would be solidifying the concept. Bye bye. Enjoy the lab.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
sir.
Thanks, John.
Maybe it's better before we proceed to the lab session. Let's have a break. So maybe a 15-minute break. What do you think? Okay.
Yeah.
So let's go back to the meeting after 15 minutes. Okay, so are you guys there? Grace? Yeah.
I'm here.
Thank you. Thank you for the confirmation. How about you, Grace? Okay, so maybe let's wait for Grace. That we can proceed.
Okay.
So my plan for today is before I discuss before we have some practices on the PPT or the practice that was given to us by Sir Jeff. I will discuss to us some important matters about the assignments. So maybe at least the challenge one, the challenge two, and the lab one. Even those three, at least those three. And then we'll proceed to the another one, the practices about the Power Query.
Okay, and did he upload those files in Discord
GitHub.
or where are they? GitHub.
It's
Okay.
on the
Okay.
Hey, John, what were you saying when you returned something about the lab 1 and 3?
okay. So before we proceed to the practice on the Power Query, we will try to answer first. We will try to discuss first some of the answers on the first labs.
All right.
Let me share my screen first and let me uh, open the challenge one file and the challenge two file. So I will download this. Okay, so the first challenge, uh, I already returned some of the scores, and I saw that I think all of your assignments grades are all of them are good. I think on most of them you got a perfect score. Let me calculate this. So the challenge one first. So on this challenge, it will require us to use basic formulas in Excel to accomplish the following task. So first, click the challenge tab. Let me copy and paste this. Click the challenge tab. So this is where we will perform activity. So on the challenge tab, we are there. Okay, challenge tab. And at the cell D4, it says that uh, create a formula that multiplies B4 and C4. So we need to find first where is the cell B4. So since our data set is small, it is very easy to locate. So just the intersection of the column D and row 4. So this is a D4. Or if they are handling a big data, we can just directly edit the name box and type D4 there. So when we hit enter, we will automatically be directed to the cell D4. So on the cell D4, we need to create a formula that multiplies B4 and C4. So to do that, we need to type an equal sign to tell the Excel that we are trying to create a formula or we are doing an operation. So equals B4, which is this, or we can just directly type B4. But it is easier to do it this way. Click the cell B4 itself, and it will automatically appear on the cell that we are editing. And since we are going to multiply, we need to use the symbol star or the asterisk. And now you need to click the other one, which is the C4. B4 times C4. There is a typographical error. B4 times C4. B4 times C4, and then when we hit enter, it will give us 56.25. So next, use the autofill handle to copy the formula in cell D4 to cells D5 to D7. So basically, we will just perform the same process for this row 4, wherein we multiplied this to this value. But instead of typing again here, this times this, so it will give you 46.62. Instead of doing that, we can just use the autofill handle wherein we can drag it towards in any direction. And then you drag it until the T7, which is here. The formula is being copied. And it is not just simply copied. It already adjusts its references like this. So this is the results of this part. So we use this one. I can highlight it to indicate that we are done on that part.
I have different prices for mine for two of my sides. Oh no, just the plantains, 259, 375, 215. I my price for plantains is 225.
Okay. It's because you did this part, which is on the
Oh,
latter part of
okay.
you
Sorry,
replace the
keep going.
value.
Yeah, that was the next step.
So we are on this part. So we have completely did it. Now what we need to do is to go to C6 and replace the value by 225. So where is the C6? It is easier to locate since our data is small. It's here. So C6. Or if you are on another part of the sheet and your data is somehow big and it is hard to scroll, you can just directly edit the name box, type C6 in there. When you hit enter, it will automatically direct you to the C6. Now we need to replace C6 by 225. And I hit enter, this is what it looks like. So notice that when we replace the 225. So this is the explanation. It is already here. Notice that the line total, so this one, automatically changed. Okay. So when we replace this part, okay, let me click Control V. When we click Control V, it will undo or it will reverse back whatever is the last step that we did. So we have 1.98. So another shortcut is when you click Control Y, it will move you forward. If you click Control V, it will reverse the process that you did. So originally it is 1.28, but we replace it by 2.25. When we hit enter, it automatically adjusted the value of the total. Because this total, oops, let me fix it first. This total, okay, so I double click it and it shows that it is referencing to this cell D6, and D6 is referencing to the cell C6. Now, since this part is dependent to the C6, and the total is also dependent to this, when we change something on the C6, this one will also change, this one also. But there is something left. Edit the formula on the cell B8 so that it will also add the cell B7. Okay, so let's look for the cell B8. So this is it, and we need to edit this. We can edit its formula through the formula bar. So when I click the D8 cell, we have the formula bar and it shows us its formula. Okay, so we can edit the formula bar directly. We can just type D7 and hit enter so that this D7 cell will be added. Or another method is without using the formula bar, just double click this cell that you want to edit and directly type D7. Or another method is directly delete the entire thing and just create another formula by using the sum, since we already tackled it. Sum, and then select all the cells that you want to add. So any method that gives you the correct answer is correct. So we can use either of the methods that we showed here. So the result should look like this. So the grand total or the total is 162.42. So that should be the result if you follow these steps correctly. Okay. So you may check your works. You can check your own work. Okay, but I already returned some of the grades of the class. So maybe we can proceed on the next one. So let me download it first. Let me go back to the canvas. So on the assignments, we have the second challenge. I will download the second challenge and copy this. So I will open the second challenge and at the same process. The challenge sheet is the one that we will use for the second challenge question. So before that, let me insert a text box here so that we can read the instruction. Okay. So let's break the long problem into simpler ones. So in cell D7, so where is it? It is here. Cell D7. Create a formula that calculates the tax for the invoice. So use a sales tax rate of 7.5%. So I already browsed all of your submission. And I think you get the idea that the first step is to add all of this, the line total, and multiply it by 7.5%. So that will be the tax. Okay, so first we need to calculate the total or the sum of all of this. After that, I close the parentheses. The result will be multiplied to 0.0725. And it should give you 24.50. Let me try the percent sign. 7.5%. 0.5%. Okay, it also works. If you will directly type 7.5% multiplied to the total of this 4, it would give you 24.50. So if you did it correctly, this part, it should give you 24.53 under the tax. The next one, in cell B8, create a formula that finds the total for the order. In other words, this formula should add cells B3, so from this until B7, including the tax. So the total is by using an aggregate function sum. I will click the D3 cell, glide it towards the D7 cell. So as you can see, it is selecting D3 to D7. When I hit enter, it gave us 346.10. So if you did this part correctly, you should see 346.10 your result. This part, the last part is quite easy, but we should understand its idea. So the idea behind discounts. But since discounts are all over the place, even in shopping, commonly or on online shopping, there are a lot of discounts. So we are using it commonly on budgeting our money. So the idea of discount is total price minus the 10%. If that is 10% discount, you would get the 10% of the total price and subtract it to the total. So that if the total price is 100, you would subtract its 10%. Okay, so let's say your total price is 100 and 10% of 100 is 10. So that the final result would be 9. So this is the new price. So we will apply the same idea here. So
You
from
know, John, I realized that in most invoices, a discount is taken of the subtotal. So we could have done like a subtotal row and then done the discount because usually it's discounts are pre-tax. You don't take a discount on the tax typically.
so that's normally the thing that is happening. Like
Yeah.
but
Just a side note. Yeah.
okay. Okay. So I will take a note of that. But for this let's take let's click on this. I'm not familiar on the invoices. So maybe I saw it on the receipts when I did an internship on Toyota, one of the dealerships in our area, one of their branches. So I handled some receipts there. Maybe I saw that concept, but I didn't pay any attention to it.
Yeah,
So
I didn't even think of that when I was doing the assignment. I did it how you're going to show. Yeah.
so going back to this, the idea is we have the total price, and when we have the 90% discount or 10% discount, you are actually getting the 10% of the total price and subtracting that to the original price, so that you would get the total, the new price. Let me clear this contents. So this one. So applying that same concept here. So it- so since this is let's suppose this is the original price, 346.10, and we have a 10% discount. So we have okay, this is what's the problem in my Excel. I'm clicking another cell and it is referencing to other cells. Let me repeat. We have an equal sign, and this is the original price, the original total price, 346.10, which is on the D8 cell. So from that, we will subtract 10% of 10% of that original price. When we do it, it should be now 311.49. So, or instead of typing 10%, you can type 0.1. It will give you the same answer. So when you see percentages, maybe you are familiar to it. So 75%, when you are typing in a calculator, should be written as 0.75. So you are moving the decimal from 75 to two decimal places towards the left. It would look like this, and this is the one that will be encoded on the calculator. But in the case of Excel, Excel is smart enough to automatically convert that 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 step. So we can just directly type here 10%. So if you follow the steps correctly, after this last part, this should be the result. So we have 346.10. We have 24.15 and then 346.10 and 311.49. So that's for the challenge question 1 and 2. To this point, is everything clear? Mia and I show
Yes, it
my
is.
face, it is clear.
Yes, sounds good.
So thank you for that. Let me close this. So we are done on the challenge. Let's see. Lab 1 Excel Basics. I think it is only on 10 item question. I'm not sure. Okay, so this is the one that is long. Let's do it really quick. So I also browsed your answers for this first part. Okay, and even though this is a pre-response question, you should still answer it. Other students, especially on the previous cohorts, when they saw pre-response questions, some of them are not answering it, but it is part of the scoring. But on this part, there is no right, no wrong answers. So I already browsed your answers, and also your classmates. So all of you the same answers on the concept of Excel and also this part. What is a cell? What is a worksheet? Because before this activity, before it was given to you, what I remember is we already have couple of discussions with our instructor. That's why we already have an idea of what are these questions. 1, 5, 1, 6, and 7. This part, you have differences in your answers. Because of course you have different experiences, especially on this one, the current job. And what can you do once you learn Excel? So Excel has a lot of possibilities. It is not that explored, but I saw people online using Excel for mapping geographical areas. Like the thing that can be done on the Power BI, they are doing it on Excel. But of course, it is much complicated. When we need to generate those complicated maps, it is easier to do it on Power BI. But there are people have those skills. They have those level of skills. Like by using Excel, they can do almost everything, and that is very amazing. If you are familiar on the contest of Microsoft, they are they have a concept on about the Excel, wherein they will provide a big data, and the people will speed run the analysis of the data. And it is amazing how those people are cleaning their data and presenting it all in Excel. Okay, so let's proceed to this part. I will skip this part because this is a fully response question. And I think all of you already have an answer for it. So let us just do the second part. Okay. So we need to go to this website and we need to create our account. And after we created an account, we need to search ATC areas. Let us perform it. So I need to go to the Kaggle. But since I already have an account on this, it is easier to go through Kaggle. So I can just skip the registration. So here I can just type AP serials, the file that we are looking for, AP serials, and it should be on the data sets. And the first one is what we want. So we need to download this, and this downloaded file, when we try to open it, let us open it. We close this first. When we open that file,